Welcome guys, welcome back to the Bianconeri channel for another daily video. It's gonna be not your usual one, so no transfer news. We will talk about a little bit about the actual team now in terms of maybe injuries, yesterday game quickly at the end, but the video is gonna be about the Super League. Now, before we get into it, like the video, subscribe to the channel as always. And yeah, that's it. And turn the notification bell on. Now, the Super League. It was reported that Agnelli would speak. Now, I'm recording this video. The reports are that he's gonna speak while I'm recording, but it's not even if he's gonna say something. We have all the info basically, but the rumors are that he's gonna basically say nothing about the Super League, and we will touch on that a little bit later. We will basically go off. So there was a meeting today, not a meeting, like a conference in London, and well, the UEFA president Sifrin, he spoke again, and he said some weird things. Now, I'm not gonna debate is the Super League a good idea? Do you want a Super League? Like, that's everyone's own opinion. Justin is doing a live today where he's also doing the giveaway for the Vlahovic jersey, so check that out tonight. He's gonna talk about the Super League, so you can hear his opinion. I'm not gonna say, yeah, I want a Super League or I don't want a Super League. Like, I'm gonna just talk about it globally now. The moment we are in the football world, basically, what UEFA thinks, what the teams think, and not only the three teams who are pushing for it, but overall. Now, I will read out first Sefrin's quote, and then we will talk about it. So he said, "I'm tired of speaking of this so-called Super League. First they launched their nonsense during a pandemic. Now they're planning another project in the middle of a war. They're living in a parallel world." Then he said the Super League teams can pay anyone to say it's a good project, but it remains a meaningless idea. By the way, one of the managers who has now come back to push for his project called me to apologize. For the Super League teams, fans are customers. For us, fans are fans. Now, when I read those quotes, I laughed. I laughed. First of all, we'll start at the bottom. He said for the Super League teams, fans are customers. For us, fans are fans. That's the greatest load of bullshit that you will ever hear, basically. We're all customers. For a team, for anyone, for the UEFA, for the FIFA. Let's not kid ourselves. We are all customers. There's not such a thing anymore as fans. Unless you're gonna play 4th division football, then yeah, it's for the fans. You pay €5 the ticket and you support the team. For us, it's different. It's different. We are all customers. That's the reality of it. Now, people can claim they care or the club cares or no, they treat us as not as customers, as fans. The fact that he is actually saying this after for 20 years now, they're giving away more sponsors. So the tickets for the Champions League final, you would think it would be 50-50. 50% Team A, 50% Team B. Well, it's not. It's 20% Team A, 20% Team B, 60% for sponsors. That's the president who is talking. We are about the fans. We are about fans and not customers. That's the greatest load of bullshit you will ever hear, because it's not. And the fact that he actually has the audacity to say that, knowing he's lying, is quite amazing. It's actually quite amazing, because he keeps saying they are lying. Well, you're lying yourself. You're lying. Like, nobody believes you. And he keeps a straight face. Like, he actually thinks we, fans, or anyone believes the UEFA has the fans' best interest in heart. They don't. They actually don't. They don't. If they do, they will split the tickets evenly. You wouldn't have to sell basically your kidney to watch a Champions League final unless you want to sit on the roof. So it's not about the fans. It isn't. It will never be. So that's the reality. And then he says some weird stuff. He brings the war into this, which is it's just embarrassing. It's very low what he's doing. It's actually very low what he's doing. Like, he's bringing, like, he wants emotional support, and he's using something that's completely wrong to be used now in this situation, because this has nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. It has nothing to do with it, because this happened last year. It was just, how do you want to say it? A continuous of legal actions of reforming the format, which we will touch on in the video. Like, he's using something that shouldn't be used, and it's very low what he's doing. It's kind of embarrassing what he's doing now. He's trying to win emotional support from fans, from governments, and all those things. That's what he's trying to do now. That's it. That's what he's doing, and it's kind of embarrassing. I want to say sad. It is sad, but most of all, it's just embarrassing. Like, the fact that you need to go that low is unbelievable. Now, I will read out what La Liga president, so the president of La Liga, said, and then I will touch on something else. So, La Liga president, I think it's Javier Tebas. Yeah. He spoke. He's against it. We know that. That's fine. Like, I'm not saying you should be for or against. Like, that's another debate. But he says, and this is shocking. He says the Super League clubs lie more than Putin. Now, what they're doing now is embarrassing. First of all, Agnelli never spoke. He never spoke. He was sitting in the room. He was watching. He was listening. He didn't announce nothing up to that point. Absolutely nothing. There was only a rumor that he might talk. Then the rumors came out. He will not talk. Let's see. I'm recording the video. He will speak apparently, but the rumor is that he's not going to touch on the Super League. He's just going to talk about football in general. The economic moment football is in. Now, the fact that he actually makes that statement, a president of a big league, a top 5 league, is, I want to put it nicely, I will use the same words, it's shocking. Like, it's actually unbelievable that he actually does that with all those people in the room, and that nobody actually says something. Like, they let it slide. That's actually embarrassing. It is. They're using a very awful situation, a very critical situation, to quote unquote their benefit, to try to win emotional support. That's so low, and frankly, I think they are basically throwing in their own windows now, because Agnelli didn't speak, Perez didn't speak, Laporte didn't speak. Like, nobody spoke. Like, they went off based on a rumor. That's what they did, and they said some wild things like the war. They bring in the war. They bring in Putin. Nobody talked. Nobody spoke up to that point. Agnelli was sitting in the room in the first row. He didn't say anything. So they went full attack with some crazy statements. I think some embarrassing statements you shouldn't be making. And I think Barca, Juve, and Real Madrid, so Agnelli, Perez, and Laporte, they're laughing because they didn't say anything, and the UEFA went. Seferin, because he's the face of the UEFA, he went off. He said some wild things, and I think a lot of people will now sit back and say, hold on, you're making some wild statements. They didn't even spoke now. You're accusing them from things with no proof, also, like lying more and bringing the war into that, like some weird stuff, like playing on the emotional part of fans, of governments. I think a lot of people sit back and say, hold on, they didn't speak. Like, you went off on a rant out of nowhere, like based on a rumor that Agnelli will speak, and apparently he's not gonna speak about the Super League. Even if he does, you went off based on nothing. Like, nothing came out now, and you went off. That's actually shocking. And I think the 3 presidents are laughing. They're laughing. It's playing in their advantage now, because Seferin, he made it now public that he is kind of a loose cannon, like, and we know that. Like, he says some wild things, like some embarrassing things. I applaud Agnelli that he does not respond to those things. He could, but he doesn't, because that would be wrong. Because you shouldn't lower your level to that. Let him, so Seferin or all the other, I don't know, presidents, let they do the talking and spit all, I don't know what crap they want. It looks bad on them. The longer this drags on, it will look bad on them. Now they want to reform the Champions League. If you read what they want to do, it's a Super League, but it's even worse. It's a Super League, but it's even more games. Nobody wants more games. Like, let's be honest. Like, do I want more games of Juve? No. Absolutely not, because you can see the injury squad. We need two squads. Like we actually need two squads to even play more games during the season. So nobody wants that. I don't want that more games. Not even for me, and especially I'm not gonna watch even more. Like there's no time to watch more games. And the more teams you bring in, with all due respect, the quality goes down. And people say, you're part of it now. Fair. Like I'm not saying we shouldn't be part of the debate. We're horrible to watch, because we are. But just in general, I'm not gonna watch a bad team play a bad team just because it's on. I'm not gonna do it. Like I have better things to do. So I agree with that part. Like more games is not the solution, because it's more games, it's more injuries, it's more meaningful games, it's more bad games at a time when you can see the squads. And the more games, the more, again, the better the games are in terms of two not great teams against each other, the more it drags on 1 year, 2 year. People lose interest because it's not fun to watch. It isn't. Like let's take the World Cup, when two quote unquote smaller countries play to each other, like the numbers they drop off, and that's normal. That's what everything. If you would play Genoa, it's not the same as you would play Fiorentina or Inter. Like it's the reality. But if you create more of that on a weekly basis, I don't see the benefit of it. I actually don't see, because I don't want to see Juve play more games. Look at our squad. Look at our squad. Like even more games. That's actually insane. But that's the Super League part. Justin will talk about what the quote unquote new format is of the Super League. We don't know at the moment, but there were some leaked documents the Super League teams sent to the European Union, and it's not a close competition anymore. It's 20 teams playing each other. There is not a relegation. Yeah, there's like the top 8 proceed and stuff like that. So it's an open competition. That's that. What the Super League basically wants to do is big cities with teams who are struggling now, they want to get them involved again. And I will name a few cities. Bucharest. They were a powerhouse back in the days. Stua. They were a very good team. Big city, great stadium. They want to get those, basically, how do you want to call it, those teams back into it. That's what they're trying to do. I think it's very difficult to do. Like, I don't see how they're going to do that. That's what they're saying, basically. So I cannot say, yeah, that's a good idea, because they didn't even really explain how they want to do it. But an important thing is, again, it's leaked, so let's see if it's confirmed. All the teams are back into it. The only teams who are, quote unquote, not backing it right now are Arsenal and Tottenham. But I think they're just trying to save face for the fans. Once it gets done in the future, they will join easily. They will say, yeah, we want to do that also. But it's not a close competition anymore, and I agree with that part. When it first came out, that was ridiculous. Like that was actually insane. Like a close competition. I'm not like, I don't know. See, like I love the draws. I don't want to know I'm gonna play the same teams every year over and over again. We have that in Serie A. The Champions League or Europa Cups is something different. Like there should be an element, a bit of surprise. So that's that. So that's that about the Super League. More from Justin in the live. And then we move on to the squad news a bit. And it's not good. Allegri said that Bonucci played struggling against Empoli. He picked up another injury. He's out for, they say, 7 days. He will look out. The reports are he's at least out 2 weeks again. I don't know what else to say. Like, Rugani, Bernardeschi, and Dybala are in training, but they're most likely not going to play Spezia, which is insane because Dybala has no injury. That's what they're telling us. It's okay, but he's missing 2 weeks, 3 weeks now for having no injury. Not going to be risked. It's actually wild. Bonucci again out. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So, what are you going to do about it? I said it. We need 2 center backs, and we need... Like, I like Chiellini, but we need to move on now. The squad, we need healthy players. Look at the season. We need healthy players. We need to refresh the squad. That's what it is. Like, players, great. At the end of the day, the club is more important in terms of the longevity of the club, keeping this thing going. Emotion shouldn't be playing a big part in some of the decisions we are making. Let's see what's gonna happen, but this is not good. This is actually unbelievable. What we are seeing now is actually unbelievable. Like, players coming back, getting injured again immediately. Some players are almost back. They pick up an injury in training, back at it again, like ground zero again, start all over again. That's actually wild. But it is what it is. Let's see. Let's see. So that's it. That's that for today's daily video, basically. As I said, Justin is doing a live giveaway for the Vlahovic jersey. He will talk about the Super League, so you can join the chat. And tomorrow's live is Friday. It's gonna be a new show. It's gonna be a debate show with 4 people. Me, Julian, Malik, and Davide are coming on. We will talk about the Super League. It's gonna be a new show. It's gonna be fun. So if you want to watch it, if you don't want to forget about the show, like this video, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you won't miss anything. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Ciao.